Really would like just to cover like half of my face. That'd be great. Welcome back to another reading vlog. So today is September 18th. It's Friday, which is a very weird time for me to start a reading vlog. I usually start them like on Monday because that's just like the beginning of the week, or Sunday or something like that. But I wanted to start one on Friday, particularly today, because this week is like birthday week. So my birthday is this Sunday, September 20th, and my son's birthday is Wednesday, September 23rd. So we're only 3 days apart. We're both Virgos, born in September. So we're doing like a little celebration for him tomorrow. By little, I mean it's literally gonna be me, Matt, Noah, my mom, my brother, my brother's girlfriend, and that's about it. And it's just gonna be small because number one, of COVID, obviously we have to keep safe and everything. Number two, we did like a big party last year, and I will always tell you guys repeatedly, you're probably sick of me hearing this, my son is autistic, and it was very overwhelming for him. So this year I'm like, I'm gonna keep it chill as possible. Like, I got a little bit of decor. We're doing like Dr. Seuss theme because he's obsessed with Dr. Seuss, but it's just gonna be like, I'm baking a Duck and Heinz cake and we're getting pizza. And that's about it, and I think that sounds great. So we're celebrating that tomorrow, so I really wanted to vlog that, basically. And just, yeah, my birthday, we won't be doing anything. I'll be turning 32, and I still get acne, so you have that to look forward to when you get older. Maybe not, maybe you have better skin than me. My skin's horrendous, but you're not here for all the personal stuff, you're here for the readings. I saved this week for like my YA week because I haven't been reading a ton of YA, but I kind of want to get back into it. So right now I am finishing tonight. I am doing it. A Cuban Girl's Guide to, crap, I forgot the title of it. Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Namey. Sorry, I had to look it up on Goodreads. I'm reading that to eat both. This actually doesn't come out till November. Oh my gosh, November. I didn't even realize that. Oops. But anyway, I'm really enjoying that, much more than I thought I was, but I'll update you on that tomorrow when I finish it. So that's my number one goal. Then after that, I'm gonna read Majesty by Catherine McPhee. Is that right? That's the second book in the American Royal series. So American Royals is like Gossip Girl meets royalty, and I love Gossip Girl. I've loved Gossip Girl forever, watched it from the beginning. And then after that, I want to read Horrid by Katrina Leno because it's kind of like a contemporary spooky one, and I'm actually waiting for that today in the mail, so hopefully that'll come. And I think that's gonna be the books I'm going to read. Maybe, no, if I can, I'm gonna try to squeeze in Recommended to You by Laura Silverman. I don't know if I'll have enough time for it because that's just a lot, but we'll see. But those are my main goals, and I think I can accomplish them, I hope. I have been reading a lot slower lately. I think right when quarantine hit, like, I was reading like crazy because there wasn't a lot to do and things like that. And now since we're on our second week of virtual schooling, and it is kicking my butt. Like, I have never been so stressed out in my life. Like, it is just hard. It's hard for focusing. It's hard for Noah. I'm having to do a lot. His teachers are amazing, but it is tough, and it's requiring so much mental capacity, honestly. So that's why I'm reading a little slower. Oh, I think my book just got here. Yay. I'll update you later about all my reading and things like that. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have a good party tomorrow and I can vlog it and show you everything like that. Stay tuned. So this is Noah's big birthday gift this year, is he's getting a bike with training wheels on it. Hopefully he'll enjoy it. Matt has the fun task of putting it together. Hey. Isn't that fun? Hey. Ready? Say hi.
Hi.
Ready to make cake?
Make cake.
Birthday cake? Shape. Good job. Oh no, you got some on your hands. Ew. Careful, please. Good job. You wanna help me crack them? So you can crack them, you go like this. And then you go 1, 2, and you open it up. 1.
Ow.
You gotta stir it. You wanna stir it? No, don't eat it. Stir it. Stir it here. Okay, ready? We're gonna pour it. Time to take this beautiful banner down. So it says fall in love, obviously. I hosted a bridal shower for my niece last weekend, and I left it up because I was like, it's so cute, because it was fall themed anyway. Now we're gonna put up Noah's birthday banner. Happy birthday!
I'll always love you and make you happy if only you will say the same. But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all someday.
Look, what is it?
Pop, pop.
It's Hop on Pop. And what's that? You finally have your own now. We can return it from the library. Rocket, and what's that? You got all your Dr. Seuss books now. Scuppers. It's a golden book collection. He loves golden books.
With Hungry Hippos. Remember that?
Yeah.
Look, here I am looking up. You think Hungry Hippos with these batteries?
Oh. You just put them in.
What is it? Is that hippos?
Wow, we're gonna play that game? Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come here, ready? Blow it out.
Oh, that's pretty good.
How about
Yeah, do those. There you
Good
go.
job, buddy.
Yay. Say happy.
We did it.
It was a team effort.
Happy Saturday. So as you saw, we did a little birthday celebration for Noah. Again, there was like 4 people here. It was nice, low-key, exactly what he needed. So he's playing with all of his toys, his books, honestly. That's his favorite thing he got, which makes me so happy because mostly he got books for his birthday because he's just been in a he's been in a big book phase. We got him this golden book collection because he loves golden books, and we got him a whole bunch of Dr. Seuss books because he loves those and a few other ones. But anyways, you saw a montage of all that. I thought I would update you with reading. So last night I finished A Cuban's Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Lori. I forget the author's name. Here's the picture of it. And I really enjoyed it. It started off kind of slow for me, but it really picked up. And overall, I would give it a 4 out of 5. This book sadly does not come out till November, so I'm like talking to you about it and you can't even read it yet, but just a couple months and it'll be out. So the whole premise of this book is about a character named Lila. Anyway, she is a Cuban American. She lives in Miami and she loves her home in Miami and everything's going really great for her. She works at her parents' restaurant where she bakes and cooks and all these things, and basically like a trifecta of bad things happen to her. First, like her grandmother, the one who's taught her everything, her abuela, dies, and then her boyfriend of 3 years just breaks up with her all of a sudden, and then her best friend kind of just moves away unexpectedly, and she's grieving a lot and she's really suffering. And her parents and sisters see this. They decide to send her to England to go live with her aunt that has like her own like inn, like a castle inn and everything like that, just to kind of reset herself and to find happiness again. And so she goes reluctantly. When she gets to England, she just hates it. She wants nothing to do with it. She wants to go back home to Miami because she just loves it so much. Like her culture, her family, everything of hers is in Miami, and she just loves Miami. And the more she's in England, the more she falls in love with it. She meets this guy named Orion, I think that's his name, and his group of friends, and she falls into a rhythm with them. Of course, there's a romance involved, and she starts baking in the like castle inns, I don't know what you call it, like bakery, and she starts like bringing a little bit of Miami food into this, you know, English cuisine, but they deal with tea a lot. Even Orion's like family has a tea shop, and it's just really adorable. I really loved it. It has a lot of amazing things. Like if you want a great friendship group, definitely check this book out. If you want to learn, like watch a character go through something really hard and just try to find themselves after it and try to grieve and just try to find happiness after it, that's another great way. There's also a lot of like family there's a lot of family illness in this too that's talked about, which I liked. And the romance is not the main part of this book at all. It really starts off as a friendship that blossoms into more, and it was just really organic kind of relationship, which I enjoyed, and I highly recommend this book. I don't know if this is the first book this author's ever written, but I enjoyed every second of it. I really liked it. It made me want to go to Winchester, England, which I just want to go to England already so bad, but I liked it a ton. Would highly recommend it. 4 out of 5. Just a cute kind of palate cleanser, I would say. It's a great summer read as well, but also because it takes place in the summer, but you know, England summer is very different from my summers. Like, summer here is freaking hot. Summers there are kind of chilly, and she's always in his cardigan, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is adorable. So again, I really liked it. Would recommend it. So I told you guys the next book I would pick up was Majesty by Catherine Mickey, not McPhee, but I'm not feeling that right now. Instead, I have picked up Horrid by Katrina Leno. This is the Outcrate cover. The original cover is black and white, I believe, and what's really cool is the inside of it. I don't know if the original cover has this, but it's like this old dilapidated house, and yeah, it's supposed to be like really creepy. I'm only like 15 pages in, so all I know about this book is it's about a character named Jane, whose father dies, and her father and mother and her lived in California. And after her father's death, her and her mom are very shocked and, you know, not happy. So they decide, and they also realize that they're out of money. So they decide to move back to her mom's hometown in Maine, in this town called, I forget where exactly. And so they go to Maine, and it's in autumn. So this book takes place in fall, and they settle into their new home. She finds old books and memories of her dad. Her mom starts spiraling with the return to her childhood home. She won't reveal why. And then Jane reveals that the storage room Ruth has kept, which is her mom, isn't a storage room at all. It's a little girl's bedroom left untouched for years and not quite as empty of inhabitants as it appears. So it's got like this creepy vibe, which I am just in the mood for. So it's short for the most part. Yeah, it's 322 pages, so I'm very excited to see where it's going to go. It's like the perfect creepy October book, and I'm there for that. So hopefully I can finish this and move on to Majesty. I'm just trying to read as much as I can during this weekend before virtual school starts because, like I said, it's been tough. But either way, the weather's amazing. I'm actually wearing a long sleeve shirt for the first time this whole year, and not for the first time this whole year, first time this season, I'll say. But yeah, I'm just gonna go enjoy the weather, play with my kid and his new toys, and read some books, which sounds like a perfect Saturday to me. I'll see you guys soon.
Somebody brought in donuts for my birthday.
Who brought in donuts?
Somebody got donuts for my birthday.
Happy birthday.
You didn't know it was my birthday.
I guess I forgot.
Well, I guess I forgot to give you a donut.
Hello everyone, it is Sunday, also my 32nd birthday. It's just, you know, a regular day when you get older, and especially if you become a mom, the best gifts you can ask is just some quiet time, which is exactly what I'm getting, so I love my husband dearly. So I wanted to update you quickly on my reading progress. So was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday I told you I started Horrid by Katrina Leno, and I am already, I want to say I'm over halfway through. Like, I am flying through this book because, number one, it's so good, and number two, it is so freaking eerie. It might be the eeriest, spookiest YA book ever read. Like, it is creepy. This book is really set in autumn, like truly like a New England fall, and it is cold and it's creepy. She keeps thinking she hears things in the house. She also is dealing with a lot with the aftermath of her father dying, and she also has this thing where she gets really angry, and so to cope with her anger, to like kind of process it, she'll eat a book. Like, she'll tear a page out of a book and just eat it bit by bit until the whole book is gone. She's done that for a long time, ever since she's a little girl, and it's just a really bizarre book. It has a lot to do with mental illness because her mom's going through something because her mother's kind of changing with moving back home, and there's like this big mystery of this house that, you know, her mom grew up in, and everyone's like, oh, you live in that house? That's really history house. And she's like, I don't get it. So it is very interesting, and I'm loving it. And yeah, I'm a little creeped out by it, I'm not gonna lie, because it's just like, I don't know where this story's gonna go. Like, usually with thrillers from YA, which I don't know if I would even call this a thriller. I would call this a contemporary book, just a spooky contemporary. Is that a genre? I don't know. There's no like murder that's happened that you have to figure out who did it, which are mostly YA thrillers. I'm just enjoying the ride. I will probably finish it today because I'm hooked and I want to know what's going to happen. Like, I truly want to know. So yeah, I just filmed, which is why I look decent, because quiet time means I'll work, because I'm a workaholic as well. I don't know how to relax, but I will relax now, she says, as she has her laptop and her other notebooks beside her to write a whole bunch of lists. That's just how I relax, guys. It's just how I am. But I'll watch Gilmore Girls while doing it, so I count that as a win. It's 66 degrees today, which is the perfect, like, this is probably the best. It's not even fall yet. Fall happens on Tuesday, I think, and it's just an amazing fall few days we're having, and we have to soak them up here because next week could be 85 degrees. Who knows? So I'll take my 66 degrees weather, and I'm gonna make chili tonight and cornbread, and Matt got me an ice cream cake, and it's just gonna be a great night with my two guys, which sounds like a great night in my opinion. So I'll see you soon later, and hopefully tell you how freaking creepy this book is.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mama. Because Mama's birthday. Mama. Noah and Mama. Hey, you gonna help me blow out the candles? Ready? Yay!
Hello everyone, and happy Monday. So last night I finished Toward by Katrina Leno. Surprised. I feel like I read this in like a day. I told you guys what it was all about. We have this girl that basically moves to Maine, and weird things start happening, and I don't want to tell you much more than that. It really talks a lot about grief, mental illness, a lot of anger, and just things like that. Also, it has a great mother-daughter relationship, and Jane's just a very conflicting character because she is suffering a lot from her dad's death, and she's also suffering that she's moving cross-country to a home that she's never really known about before, and her grandmother's home that she's never really met, and she learns that there's secrets in this house, and her mom's keeping secrets, and she doesn't know what to think. She also has a lot of anger. I don't want to say issues, she just has a lot of anger, and she deals with them in a particular way, and she really tries to fight her anger a lot, and things just start happening, and it's got a little bit of a paranormal vibe. That's all I'll say about it. The ending is, I don't know what to rate this book, because the ending, I simultaneously, that's not how you say that word, didn't like it but also loved it. It was very open-ended, maybe, in a way you could say. I don't think it was clear-cut exactly what happens at the end, but I think the more I think about it, it's kind of obvious. But the ending was very, like, elusive, I'll say that. But overall, the whole vibe of this book is spot on. Like, it is creepy. It's set in Maine in the fall where it's cold and kind of dismal, and Jane is not used to that because she's from California where, like, fall there is like 65 degrees, and that's the entirety. And it's got that weird kind of dilapidated house where you have family secrets, and it's just, it is the perfect kind of spooky autumn book. It fits the bill for that. So right now, I don't think it's a 5 out of 5. Usually when I finish a book and I'm obsessed with it, I know immediately it's a 5 out of 5. Right now my gut's telling me if I was doing half stars, which I said repeatedly I'm not, I might bring that back next year because I just missed them so much. Probably give this a 4.5 out of 5 because I really enjoyed it. The writing and the whole mystery aspect of it. I just wish it kind of tied up more loose ends, if you will, but overall, I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a creepy YA contemporary book that I thought was very creepy, honestly. There were some parts I was like, oh my gosh, this is creepy. I liked it a ton, so I'm very happy to have read it, and it's the perfect time because, like, this week is a true fall week where I live. Like, the highs are like 70, which, like, I haven't even bought, I have to buy my son like a new jacket, like just a little hoodie every year because he grows so much. And I usually don't have to buy that till like late October because here it's usually pretty hot for the entirety of September. So like this week I'm like, oh, I had to order him a jacket last night because I was like, it's pretty cold. He needs a jacket. I didn't expect it to be like this. But yeah, it's a beautiful fall day and it's the perfect book to read for that. So I have since started Majesty by Katharine McGee. Like I said, this is the sequel to American Royals, where it's literally about that, American royalty, and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. It's just gonna be a Gossip Girl like royalty fest, and I'm really happy with my reading so far this week. I've read 2 really great books, a really kind of summery, cute YA contemporary, and then a really creepy, like spooky YA contemporary. Now I'm gonna read like kind of a Majesty, royalty with lots of drama contemporary. I'm pretty excited about my week of reading. I think it's going great so far, and I hope it will continue to go that way. Matt's working on the last piece of shelving for my office. Are you excited that it's almost done? I meant like after this you'll be done building.
Cute.
We have like a lot of pine trees in our yard, which is not good for hurricane season, and we have freaking just pine straw and pine cones. One thing we've discovered, you're probably gonna find this so freaking boring, but I found it interesting, is that we have a lot of pine cones, but squirrels will eat them. They'll take the green ones, as you can see it's kind of green right there, and they will just chew the mess out of it and just drop it like a freaking apple core, and I have like 50 of these to clean up a day. I'm not exaggerating. I've already cleaned them up. Like they're dropping right now because they're probably snacking up there somewhere. Who knows? But like there are so many of these like apple core pine cones. It's insane. There's a squirrel with a pine cone in its mouth. I swear I did not plan this. These squirrels just run around all day. You see that pine cone? He's gonna eat all of it and then he's gonna throw it on the ground and I'm gonna have to clean up after him. They literally chew it like corn on the cob. The point is that, I even looked this up guys, I'm not kidding. They get the pine cone out so they can get the seeds out of the pine cone when they're still green. See him eating it? He's eating it like a typewriter. There it goes, I missed it falling. There's the pine cone that squirrel just destroyed. I hope you're pleased with yourself that I have to pick this up now. Yeah, go about your business. I hope dinner was delicious. Hello, today is Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, so I didn't really vlog a lot yesterday. Yesterday was just a busy day. You saw this virtual schooling and so many Zoom meetings, so I was like, oh, not gonna happen. But the good news is, this morning I did finish Majesty by Katharine McGee. That's right, I've already finished my 3rd book in this vlog. Like, who am I? I don't know. I hope the reading train is back. But I told you guys this is the sequel to the first book, which is right here, American Royals, or as you can see right here. And I don't want to tell you too much about the sequel, so I'm going to set the stage for the first book in case you're interested in the series. And that way you could just kind of familiarize yourself with it. So, like I said, this whole series is like Gossip Girl plus royalty. So if those two are your jam, you're probably going to be addicted to the series, much like myself. So we have a wide array of characters and POVs. Number 1, we follow Beatrice, who is the oldest child of like the kings, because remember this whole book is about if George Washington decided not to be president but decided to be king. So many years obviously centuries later, we have a new king that's Beatrice's dad, and Beatrice is next in line for the throne. So her whole life, she's kind of been raised as, you know, the heir to the throne, because that is exactly what she is. So she's very demure. She has a lot going on. And in this book in particular, her parents really want her to get married. So they're trying to set her up to find a guy to get married to. And what do you know, Beatrice is really in love with a guy that's actually like one of her bodyguards. So we have that storyline going on. And then we follow one of Beatrice's siblings, Sam, because she has two siblings. They are twins, Sam and Jefferson. And we don't ever follow Jefferson's point of view because his point of view is all from females. I don't know why. I would have liked that. But we follow Sam, who is kind of like the wild child. You know, she's really not in line for the throne. So she's like, whatever. She just kind of parties, does whatever she wants to. And her whole storyline in this book is she falls for the guy her parents want Beatrice to marry. So we already got like a love square going on right there. Then we follow Nina, who is Sam's best friend. And Nina is not in royalty at all. Her and Sam have just been best friends forever, but she starts having a feeling for Sam's brother, Jefferson. And so with that comes a lot of like gossip and tabloids and things like that. And she's just not ready for that. She's dealing with that. And then lastly, we follow Daphne. Daphne, oh Daphne. She is the ex-girlfriend of Jefferson, and she is very conniving, very sneaky. Her parents want her to marry Jefferson because they want to be in royalty. They need the money. They want her to do this. So she has to, she's a manipulator. Think of like Blair Waldorf times 100. Like, I know we all like Blair Waldorf. I like Blair Waldorf. She is conniving, but she has a lot of really good features about her. Whereas Daphne, I hate her. So those are the 4 point of views that we follow. So as you can tell, we have a whole bunch of entanglements with romantic relationships and things like that, and it's addicting. I really liked American Royals. I gave it 4 out of 5. It's just like an addicting, as I keep saying, Gossip Girl meets royalty. And so I was really excited for Majesty, but sadly I only gave it 3 out of 5. I liked it. It wasn't there for me. I kind of wanted more from it. Of course, the romantic, entanglements really get intense and things like that. I really feel like they didn't put a lot of Nina in this book. They really just used her to further Daphne's plot point, which I did not like. I did really, however, love Beatrice's plot line. I found that to be so cute and romantic, and I don't want to spoil it for you. And I did love her as a character overall. And Sam herself was a character that I didn't really like at first because she was very selfish. She only really cared about herself in the first book particularly, and even in the beginning of the second book. But she really has a lot of character growth, and I did like her by the end, so I really enjoyed that. I like Nina. She was just really undervalued in this book, in my opinion. Daphne was horrible. Hated her in the first book, hated her in the second one. So I gave it a 3 out of 5. I still enjoy the series and would recommend it. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last book in the series, but if she would write another one, I'd read it. I'm not going to lie to you. I like these characters. I like the storyline, all these romantic entanglements, and I'm here for it. So again, if you want some royalty mixed in with Gossip Girl, I would highly recommend checking out this series. So moving on to my last read for this vlog is going to be recommended to you by Laura Silverman. I just started this today. And what do you know? It's a book set in Christmas time. I did not know that. And I was like, oh, I'll wait. I'm like, no, I already have a ton of Christmas books lined up to read in December. So I'll go ahead and read this now. I might finish this really quickly and be able to finish another book by Friday, but I don't think that's going to happen. But either way, I'll let you know my thoughts. Right now I have to do a whole bunch of printables and stuff for my son for school next week. It never ends, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll update you probably later on my reading progress. That's the right word. It's only Wednesday. Hello everyone, it's Friday. We've made it through the week. I, for one, am very happy about that. I didn't vlog yesterday because it's just another day full of like virtual learning. I had 2 different therapies yesterday. I had to serve at church last night, so it's just a busy day. I haven't had to sleep quite the same, but here we are. I do want to tell you I did finish my last book for this whole reading vlog, and that was recommended for you by Laura Silverman. This one's gonna be a little tough to talk about because I always say with all of my reviews, take my reviews with a grain of salt. Everyone has different reading preferences, mine are very different than yours, etc, etc. But with this one in particular, I definitely say please take my review of this with a grain of salt, because recommended for you is a YA contemporary, and we all know I don't read a ton of YA anymore. I'd say about 70% of my reading now every year is adult, different genres, but just the adult genre. So my YA reading has gone down a lot drastically. However, I still read a lot of YA contemporary because I still really enjoy those. And with those YA contemporaries, there's some that I love, that I just really adore. And there's some that I was just, and this one kind of falls in the category. And the reason why I'm saying is take this with a review with a grain of salt, because our main character, Shoshana, in this book is 16. Yet she's very, I don't want to say she's immature. I don't think she's immature for her age at all, but she's very juvenile. And so I have a hard time connecting to that because I am a 32-year-old woman. It has been a long time since your girl was 16, so I have a hard time connecting with that. So I think that's why I didn't love this book so much, is because of the vast age difference. Now, that's not to say I feel that way with every YA contemporary. There are some YA contemporaries where I definitely connect with the characters, where I feel like maybe they're a bit more mature than their age, but there's some contemporaries where I read where I'm very much reminded of my age and very much reminded that I am not the intended audience for this book. So just keep that in mind. So this whole book is about Shoshana. She works at this like indie bookstore in the mall and she loves it. This also takes place during Christmas, but she is Jewish, so she doesn't really, you know, celebrate Christmas. She has 2 moms, and her moms are kind of in a little bit of a struggle with their marriage, and Shoshana is also, you know, trying to save money to like fix up her car more. And then there's this new guy at work that starts, and he doesn't like books, and so she's very like surprised about that. It's all about her friends, and that's kind of the gist of the book. It's all about her navigating her relationships while also working in this bookstore, and it was just okay. I did not really love it. I would give it a 3 out of 5. I just, again, I think the main problem was Shoshana was super cute and I really enjoyed her, but I couldn't connect with her at all. And again, it's the age thing. I just found the book to be okay. It was a cute YA contemporary. I think that's great to read around Christmas, and to learn more about the Jewish culture and everything like that. But there are just, I just didn't love it, sadly. So yeah, again, I say please take this review with a grain of salt. In case you're that age and you want to read this book, I would recommend checking it out. I think it's a great, you know, look into a 16-year-old's life, you know, and try to figure out what she's gonna do and things like that. So it was cute. I just didn't, sorry if you hear my child, I just didn't love it as much as I wanted to. So yeah, that completes this reading vlog. If you can hear right now, it's raining, which I like for myself, but I don't like as a mom because I can't go outside with my kid and he loves going outside, so that kind of poses a problem. But anyway, I think it was a really solid week of reading. I read 4 books, I think. I finished the Cuban's Girl Guide to Tea and Tomorrow, which is another YA contemporary that I loved. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Then I read another YA contemporary, Horrid, or I would call this horror, I guess you could say. I gave that also a 4 out of 5. And then I read Majesty by Catherine McGee, the sequel to American Royals. I gave that a 3 out of 5. I enjoyed it. And lastly, I read Recommended For You, which I gave a 3. I don't know. It's hard for me to rate right now because I feel like it was an overall 3, but I just didn't love it as much. But overall, it was a solid week of reading. I read a ton of YA books, which I'm happy, but I'm also ready to go back to the adult genre. But I don't know. I think my next read might be House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. This is a YA fantasy I've heard really good things about. Now it's very spooky, so I'll see. I'll just, you know, check out the, I'll just dip my toe in the water in this book. I don't know how you say that, but either way, it was a good, solid week of reading, and I'm very happy. Reading 4 books in a week for me is really awesome, and I enjoyed the vast majority of what I read. My favorites out of this week would probably be Horrid, because it's perfect for this time of year. Very spooky, atmospheric, kind of scary, but also if you want something cute and fluffy, I would highly recommend the Cuban's Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. I love that one a ton. That was also super cute. So check those two out for sure, and I would check out American Rules. I like the first one a lot more than the second one. I don't know if I'm alone in that. Let me know. If you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts, and as always, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of these in the future, again, let me know. I'll see you next time in another reading vlog when your guess is as good as mine. Bye.